Dan, welcome to Wycombe Wanderers. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been it's obviously been a busy time. Obviously finishing a season, and then obviously taking the reins on the 3rd of May, and then obviously then looking and preparing for a new season. Lots to get through. Firstly and foremost, on behalf of Mikel, Edward, and myself, I'd like to thank all the fans, the community, the trust, and all the staff and players for their welcome from the onset. And then secondly, obviously on behalf of us, we'd also like to thank Rob, Missy and Pete for the transition and that process. So we appreciate all their work and all their efforts and everything they've done for the club before obviously us taking it on.
News has broken today that we're changing training ground from Marlow Road to Harlington. Has that been the primary focus of what's been going on recently?
For sure, yeah, and early on in the process, we identified the training ground as something that we needed to vastly improve upon. Marlow Road has a limitation in where we could take it or take the club and particularly the first team in the academy. So we were very clear to identify new opportunities for us in the facility space. Harlington ticks a lot of boxes for us. It allows us to be more of an elite mindset and focus for us for the longer term and for the future.
It's a dual-pronged attack then. It's helping the first team this season, but then the long-term strategy of building the academy there.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the conversations I've had with Matt, the players, the staff, it's very clear that ensuring that elite environment we provide for the players is going to get the best out of our players on the pitch from a first team aspect. And then, as we talked about, the academy is going to be a huge fundamental piece of our club going forward. So to ensure that we provide the facility, the infrastructure ready for that to take on, and again, it provides us with, or Harlington should say, provides us with the opportunity to be competitive in lots of different areas.
And in terms of that first team strategy, what can fans expect this season? We've seen a signing already in May and 2 development players. What's the strategy immediately for the first team?
Yeah, I think for us, we're very pragmatic with how we approach it. We have to be really methodical and ensuring that we don't change too much too soon. I think for us, our strategy, our longer term strategy and our medium term strategy is thought out and well planned. So the squad needs to align to that. We need to ensure that we still continue to provide everything that we want on the pitch. Matt's done a great job over the last few years in building that, and we want to continue that.
And the goal, the short-term goal, medium-term goal, long-term goal?
Yeah, so the medium-term goal is for us to be in the Championship, back in the Championship, sustained in the Championship, and our long-term is the Premier League, and we're not going to hide that. We want to be proud of that. We want to have that as our North Star and our vision. However, obviously it's going to take time. And then coming back to where we are today, there's a lot of development, there's a lot of foundation work that we need to put in place for us to get to the Championship and just to keep us in that sphere.
And the sustainability word, I guess that's where the academy comes in with the long-term strategy.
For sure, and I think we want to be at the forefront of bringing young players through our program, through our system. We want to attract young players to our club. And we want to make sure that there's a feel within the community, within the local sector, to make sure that they know that young players get an opportunity here at the club. It's
a big thing, community, for Wycombe Wanderers, and I think the academy will excite a lot of people about the community and the football club.
And again, this was a real key core piece of the attractability of Wycombe Wanderers, for the fact that the community is such a stronghold within the club. So for us to ensure that we're bringing their own through in our pipeline, and we have players playing in our first team that they've seen maybe in the local communities, is huge for us.
You've mentioned time, building an academy. You can build it, you can open the doors, but obviously it takes time for that machine to start working, doesn't it?
It does, and I think our aspirations align with hopefully everyone else within the club, and we want young players in our first team, but that will take time. And within year 1, we hope to build a mechanism that, again, that foundation element to propel us forward. So year 1 will be very much a development year for us. And we hope then to build beyond that once we've gone through the necessary regulatory bits.
And data seems to be a word that I've heard a few times as well. Is that the way that Wycombe are going to go about this? Is that their USP?
Yeah, and obviously there's lots to data, so there's lots of things that hopefully the fans, the staff, the players will start to see how we implement that. And for us it will be a pillar of what we do for the club going forward. There's lots of wins, there's lots of gains that you can gather from data, and for us to unearth and find the difference makers for us will be key for our plan going forward.
This sounds hugely exciting to be able to do this from the ground upwards and build it in the club's vision.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many opportunities or many other examples that you'll probably see where we can do this, or anyone can do it. So, we don't take that for granted. So we are going to unearth as much as we can. We are going to build everything that we feel is right for the football club for the long term. As I said, it's going to take time for everything, whether it be the academy or the first team. So for us, having that opportunity, we don't take lightly.
And the season will come around soon enough. Fixtures out at the end of this month as well. You must be looking forward to seeing Adams Park with the fans in as well, with the team playing.
No, for sure, and I've experienced it from a different side, and coming to the stadium and understanding it and smelling it and seeing it. So I'm certainly looking forward to hopefully everyone seeing what the hard work behind the scenes which everyone's involved in, and we can get that first game out underway.